Welcome everyone to the Monaco Grand Prix. We are here for Tier 4, Race 7, and we are back for the Global Spec Racing League. Welcome to y'all. Anyways, I am PMBO5. If you're just tuning in, you're brand new or you don't know who I am. I'm PMBO5 and I am joined by Davis2K7. How are you?
Hello. Good, how about you?
I'm doing good. I've been outside for about a while, like I just mentioned to you. I've been outside, so that's why the stream is a little bit later than the usual. But it's the most trickiest track in probably the whole calendar of the F1 circuits, Monaco. How tricky is it going to be for these drivers, Davis?
It's gonna be very tricky. It is a really tight track. And I mean, this is Tier 4, as we mentioned. Everybody really just wants to see a lot of wrecks, but I mean, that's what we do not want that. We want to have a clean race, but it's going to be very tricky, a tight track. We have 17 drivers that showed up today. It's going to be a good one, maybe a wreck fest.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be quite interested to see is just a human. Yeah, he's wishing for a lot of things to happen, and there has been someone disqualified for going the wrong way. I don't know how to pronounce that gamer tag, but if I could get some help on that at some time in the stream, that'd be great, because I have no clue how to pronounce that. But I'll have trouble in that, so no worries. But yes, hello to you, FH44. Hello, Nika. I'll call you. I guess I'll call you Nika. That's what your name looks like. But yeah, I mean, hey, I'm struggling with names, and I'm back to it. But hey, I'm doing GSR commentary for the first time in about a good few weeks, so I'm back, of course. And there goes Dylan into the barrier, breaking his front wing. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of that during the stream. It's not just gonna be, oh yeah, one front wing broken, that's it, you know? It's gonna be a ton of people breaking their front wings. In Tier 4, this is the first time a tier lower than Tier 2 has gone to the Monaco circuit, and I think we're glad to be here, if anything, but I think the intensity that's been brought to this, it's probably F1's hardest track on the calendar to overtake, but it's probably one of the more interesting races. It's a race of attrition. That's literally what it is, and it's the truth. So this one should be a good one, and I hope y'all tuning in on this Friday evening, Friday night for some, to enjoy this, because this is the first time we go to the Monaco Grand Prix in GSR for a lower tier, for the lowest tiers. So that's a good thing. Davis, what are you looking forward to most in this race? What inspired, I wouldn't say what inspires you, but what kind of, what thing are you looking forward to the most for this race? What thing are you looking at for drivers? Because we already have 3 people disqualified. They're probably wanting to start from the back and watch the wrecks happen and just get a podium from it. What are you kind of expecting from this Grand Prix the most, and what are you most excited for?
I'm most excited to see how the drivers are going to react with such a tight track, the hardest circuit on the F1 calendar, like you said, in a lower tier. I want to see how these drivers can deal with this tight circuit in a lower tier, 17 drivers. I want to see how many wrecks, how many people DNF. We know the past couple of weeks here in Tier 4 has not been the greatest. This week, it's going to be close, really hard circuit for these drivers. CJ just got done spinning out in the chicane, along with, I think that was Crookie maybe. But yeah, can't wait to see how these drivers react with such a tight circuit.
I think Hood Monster brought it up good enough, and that's just the thing I'm looking forward to as well the most. Will any of the teams run out of front wings because of how many people hit the wall? I'm quite curious to see myself as well, but I want to actually add, who is going to keep their front wing out of the wall? Who's going to survive this race? Who's going to be the guy who impresses everyone the most? That we saw last season in Tier 1, Jack take his first and only win in this league at this track. We also saw as well, this was back in Season 1, Jeb William SU, he took his only win at this track in Season 1. Tier 2, that had someone go on and win the championship. I think it was like Houndoom, Mamba, Team LM, one of those guys, who went on to be in the top 3 in the championship. So regardless, and then Tier 1 that season as well, had an interesting race between Apex, Ricardo, William Lossell, Arsafun Uzumaki, Vivid. You guys know them pretty much, I'm sure, if you're an OG GSR member. You guys know them, and they battled it out for the win. Vivid's got the better end of it, and we saw this is a track where unexpected overtakes could happen. We saw William, Arsafun Uzumaki, he overtook at turn 4, it was, I believe. And that is one of the most trickiest places to overtake. I think that's Conducted to the top now. He's got up there as well. He has took pole position, Conducted has. And these are the final laps. Fire King goes to 6 as well. There was a 5-player skip penalty from someone. I do not know who that is, but most of the people are in the pits as well. They're done with their laps. CJ Pants, it's all up to him now to see where he can get. Is it invalid? Is it invalid? And no, he goes around. Just saying, was that valid? Was that invalid? I don't know, but now now you know he's got damage, so yeah.
Yeah, the grid penalty went to shot. It's shots, he did get the penalty, the grid penalty.
Just trying to pause my game and unpause it because of what's going on, but Alpe has actually gotten that lap in and is going on the racetrack. But I don't think he's going to be able to get to the checkered flag in time from what I'm seeing here. I don't think so. There's much other cars that were in front of him that may affect him. So Alpe, gonna have a tough time getting to the checkered flag here. I don't think he's gonna have enough time to complete a lap unless he cuts the crap out of the track. But no, that's qualifying so far. Alpe is really trying to get a lap in now, even though the session is pretty much finished. He's really trying his heart out to get a lap in. He's hit the wall. He's got damage. I think maybe slight lime green, but it doesn't show anything for me. Now he might actually, and no, he does not. Unless it's lime green, he doesn't have any damage, so he looks fine. But he's really trying to get to that checkered flag and complete a lap here, which is to do. Anyways, Alpe looking to start a lap. I don't think he'll be able to do so. He might have him complete the checkered flag, but yeah, I'm just gonna let him start a lap. Yeah, but he won't have enough time to complete it. And you can just see from turn 1 that could have been invalid, and that might be it. He is retired. Yep. So, Conducted and Alpe, the 2 on the front row. The front 3 separated by about a good 13 hundredths, that is. I'm looking at the chat from what people think. Hey, any predictions, anything you got for this race? I'd like them in chat because that should be very interesting to talk about. We could bring up anything you guys see that we don't. This will be good to watch. I think Alpe will run away with the win. Yeah, I mean, there's been drivers who, like him, who've practiced a lot for this race, and they have the experience, and they don't know what could happen as well. And Just a Human predicts 0 finishers. First 4, scrapping for the championship. Evil Matrix, Crispy Hang, Alpe, and Conductor. That's a good point, Matrix. And all 4 of them, that's where the championship could be decided. If they go look back and they say, hey, well, Monaco was where I cost myself the championship, well, there you go. Lots of safety cars I see on the chat from Hooded Monster. Yeah, it's something great to bring up as well, because last season in this race there were about 2 to 3 safety cars, a few VSCs, and it's something worth bringing up, because tier 4, chaotic tier, simple as that. Conducted starts on the pole, Alpe second, Crispy Hang, Matrix, they round out the top 4. Machida, Fire King, Stevie Cat, It's Shots, CJ Pants, and Patcher VC round out the top 10. But there are some names outside the top 10 who could improve in the shredding positions, right, Davis? Like who? Who do you think?
I think Bianchi might have a shot. He did have a. Did he have a quality ban? He might have had a quality ban.
Rather that or wanted to start at the back, but one of the two possibly.
Yeah, I think Bianchi will have a shot if he gets through the chaos starting in the back. I mean, sliding in the back's not a bad option, but I mean, for my luck, it never goes well. So it depends on how good luck he has.
Hey, you never know, man. You know, you never know. It could be completely different. You know, so yeah. So I'm just looking at a few things before we start the formation lap, which should be on. Let me just check something quickly. But yeah. Now, if you're a driver here, Davis, in this race, what's going through your mind on the formation lap? What are you thinking about? Trying to get ahead of someone? Trying to worry about not getting damaged? What are you most worried about if you're a driver heading to the formation lap?
Well, I'm just thinking about the start, getting past turn 1 safely, not hitting the wall, not getting spun out from behind. Try to make it through turn 1 safely. I mean, if you're on the front row, I think second place needs to try to maybe get side by side, depending on how good of of start everybody has behind. As I want to mention, Conducted, he's on pole and he's second the driver's champ with Stevie got 7th. So can Conducted take the championship lead after this race?
We'll have to find out, and it'll be interesting to see. So, let's just see. Alright, well, I'm just reading off my ass. Anyways, here is the, my favorites. I'm gonna go through 2 favorites in this race. I think Alpe has to be considered a favorite no matter where you look at him. He's in this championship fight for Tier 4. You know, anything could happen. This race could easily decide. Alpe sits 5th in the standings. But keep in mind, he's behind names like Patch or VC. He's tied with Matrix. A race like this, I mean, he's going to need to do a lot. As he collides with Conducted on the formation lap, that's not going to help at all either. I have, as well, PIR Bianchi. I say this because he had a chance at Azerbaijan, the other street circuit we raced at this year, to possibly be in the podium. He cost himself that chance in the front corner with some damage, but my thing is, and I say this for a reason, is that he has a legitimate chance of doing well, and he, in these races, keeps his car out of trouble, and he's done very good with it before, so don't be surprised if he's won at the front of the end. Davis, 2 favorites from yourself.
I think Conducted, he showed really good pace and quality, and here at Monaco turn 1, anything can happen, like the whole field can stack up. He's in a good starting spot for this race, can get by the chaos, so I think he's a good one, and I'm going to go outside the top 5. I think most of the people would have bad luck. I'm going to go with Patrick VC. I think he might be able to have some good luck here at Monaco.
Here comes the 5 red lights for the Monaco Grand Prix. We are going for the first time this season at Monaco, and we are away. With a really good start, the Ferrari really trying to challenge him, but they're too wide as well. There's a AlphaTauri. You had to maybe cut the turn 1 as well, but I think Conducted has got ahead of Crispy Hang, and Crispy Hang's got ahead of Alpe as well. He's got a great start. In fact, there's a glitch with the ordering, but Conducted leads this Grand Prix ahead of Crispy Hang, who's in 2nd, and then behind that, Alpe is trying to challenge him into turn 4 this time, but can't do so, and he's just trying to stay ahead of Matrix as well. There's the championship fight going on in this race. That is going to be crucial. But Matrix hits the back of Alpe, and there's a yellow flag at the back. There's cars scattering to try to get in position and try to follow one another, but there's a Haas that is stopped there. That is Fire King's teammate, who was stopped for a moment, and PRE Bianchi and Square have already gained a few positions ready as well from the back of the start anyways. You have, for this race lead, Crispy Hang trying to challenge Conducted for the race lead already.
Yes, on the start, the AlphaTauri did cut the first turn and made it 3 wide, almost tracked himself, almost got to the huge wreck. We keep it clean so far, lap 1, which is kind of... Oh, and it's a wreck! CJ Pants is around. Oh,
that's at the midfield. CJ Pants had trouble, and then, yeah, you see cars trying to get through one another and trying to take the safe route with one another. You see Square had the chance to get to the inside of Crookie. Crookie has to pit. So does Dark Shredder as well. You have Patcher VC on Fire King into turn 1. Fire King with the damage, but he's going to stay ahead of Patcher VC right now. Patcher VC, crucially in a championship fight, cannot stay in that 8th spot for much longer. He has to get by Fire King here pretty soon. And Fire King has damage.
Yes, the field is getting pretty spread out now as we have the Dark Strider. He's also in pits. Crookie's in pits, so those 2 had damage lap 1. Everybody's starting to get spread out. It's really hard to make a pass at this track, so we'll see how the rest of this race goes.
Crispy Hang is really trying to get in and Conducted because Crispy Hang knows with, I believe it was with the amount of, you know, podiums and the amount of chances he's had to be up front, he wants to get this chance to actually win this season. I think his teammate Stevie Cat already won already, so he wants to have a chance at this Grand Prix victory at Monaco, and this has got the front 5 all close to one another, and I think that is Bianchi, who got by CJ Pants as well. CJ Pants struggling off the start, not so good for him, but you see the strategy as well. Some people trying softs, mediums, softs, hards. Variety in this race, and Fire King goes to pit after damage, and Conducted takes that fastest lap, leading another lap, and with that being said, DRS is enabled. You only have the one DRS straight, on the front straight that is, with DRS and with the chance of passing into turn 1. It's very rare to see that, but there's that chance that you could have, and you see Evil Matrix is right on the back back of Alpe, trying to get a move on and trying to go around him, but you see they're getting just stacked up between one another. Alpe can't really get going right now.
Yeah, I think Evil Matrix might have to wait for the DRS straight, which is on the front straight. It's really hard to pass at this track. The only passing zones are really, the front straight's the best area for us, as Alpe is now going to pull away from the Evil Matrix, but now can the McLaren make a move?
Cannot do so, he's far behind, but of course if a mistake is made, that's going to be his key sign to say, hey, boom, I'm making a move right now. That's what he needs to do. He needs to make sure he can capitalize on a mistake where others can't. And of course you see the front two 5-10 split one another, and you see behind that Alpe just about 1 second behind, almost 2 seconds behind. And then you see Matrix as well leading that train of three, and then you have two pitted as well near Dark Strider, and you also have Itch Shots near Patcher VC. Patcher VC is going to need to crucially gain a few positions here. He's sitting down in 7th, but his championship rivals such as Stevie Cat sit 6th. Conducted leads this race. Patcher VC, he's sitting 3rd in points, but he's down in the 7th position. You also have as well Matrix is down in 4th in the running order and in the standings, and Alpe currently sitting 3rd. So all of the guys around him in the championship, around Patcher VC, are sitting all right around him. So Patcher VC crucially needs a better place than 7th right now. But where this pack sits, Matrix is really holding up this pack of cars, and with the way that stands, there's a yellow flag at the
shot.
hairpin, and I believe that's shots. Yeah, smoke to the rear wheels there. But now, if you're Patcher VC, capitalize again on any mistakes, but you're going to need to do anything that's possible in this race. You're going to need to hope for a safety car, because he currently sits 7th. He's going to have things go his way if he wants to be able to capitalize on the guys in front of him, because he sits 3rd, ahead of Matrix and Alpe, who've already won races this season. And Patcher VC has only had the consistent amount of podiums. Is that enough for the championship? Probably not.
Yeah, Crispy Hayne did catch 4 thanks to the last stop, but Conductor made a big mistake in turn 1. He did hit the wall a little. I don't think he was going to have damage from it. He barely tapped it, but that cost him so much time. Crispy Haynes now riding right behind him. Is he going to try to make a move this time, or wait to the DRS shirt?
Remember, there's still a decent amount of races left in Tier 4 this season. You have 15 race calendar, and you've had as well already about a total of 5 different winners in the 6 races. You see Crispy Haynes taking the wider line through the hairpin, but this is the 7th of the 15 races. It's almost the halfway point, and you look at the point standings, you look at where Crispy Hang sits. He sits 2nd right now, and where he sits 8th in the standings. 29 points for him. If he wants to have a chance at this championship and be able to fight for it, he needs to do a lot today in Monaco and prove to his championship rivals up in the top 5 championship spots that he is here to not mess around, and he is here to be able to fight for the top.
Yeah, I saw someone's wing fly off in the back of someone's part of their wing flew off. I think it might have been Evil Matrix. I'm trying to check right now. I cannot tell. I don't think so.
Yeah, right side.
Yep.
He got right side. Yeah, so there you go. He's leading that train of cars, and if he continues like this, he's gonna make a mistake. But Machida cannot make a move into turn 1. It's just not close enough. Patcher VC is pitting. Is this from front wing damage? Yes, it is. That's not so crucial for him. He's changing the front wing. And you see Matrix. Oh, there goes the McLaren into the wall. There he goes, right in front of Stevie Cat, and they've picked up damage.
That is not good.
Oh,
Patcher VC second to serve as well in pits, so that's also going to cost them. We have Dylan also in pits. He repaired his wing as the McLaren, after he hit the wall. Are these two both gonna have to go to pit? I didn't catch it.
McLaren, the McLaren of Machita does not have any damage.
And now he does.
The Ferrari does.
Did.
Oh, well. Let's see if it shows the right camera angle. Yeah, he does on the left side. Yep, there you go. Yeah, he does now. But that Ferrari, Stevie Cat, he did pick up some damage. It was on the other side, the right side. And Fire King, good fastest lap by him already so far in this race. But I would say as well, just keep this in mind in this race, no matter who you are. You do not want to pick up damage on the left side part of your wing. And I say this for a reason, as Matrix goes to pit. I say this for a reason, because that left side, you can't really turn your car as much into the corners. You lose a ton of downforce and everything else. Where that right side, if you get damage, you should be able to survive a little bit more than the left side. So if you get damage on the left side, you better be very careful with what you're doing.
Yeah, he outshot in turn 1. He did cut it a little.
Wow.
And he's gonna make the move though.
Does he have to give the spot back? I'm gonna have to see. He does not, actually. Might have gotten a legal overtake, not too
Yellow
sure.
flag.
Yellow flag
That's
at that
the
hairpin. Or no, chicane, sorry. Wow, I got those two mixed up. That's Fire King. He had some problems, had to cut the chicane. Might have got a warning for it. I'll have to find out. And yeah.
Dylan's out, is that gonna be
now?
Ooh.
Oh, wait. You said Dylan out? Dylan
Yeah,
is
he's
out.
retired,
Yep.
but his AI's driving still.
Yeah, so he must have retired on track. That's what he did right there. No yellow flag's in that sector, so they're not going to be able to pass. But you see, right for the race lead, Chris Bang got to the back of Conducted, and he wanted to move him out of the way if he had the chance to do so, but couldn't do so because of the fact he was just sticking right in the line right there and in his way.
Yeah, there's no battles on the track. Besides for the lead.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Yeah, I was just reading the chat. That's what reduced damage does for you, you know? Not much you can do about it. Shita shots, they both pit. So yeah. Anyways, they go to the hards. Shots preparing his wing reasonably. And yeah, that is the first DNF of this Grand Prix, Dylan was. But Machida comes right out, almost into the path of Matrix, and right out in front of Stevie Cat. So, advantage to him. I mean, he did what he could. And pitting early, taking his opportunity that he could. Gotta take all of your opportunities and do what you can with it. But now for this race lead, it's not even a second between the race lead. It's been split apart between them. Crispy Hang is nowhere near Conducted, and he cannot be able to challenge for this race lead at this point anymore. He's not close enough at all. And Patcher VC inside of the Haas here. I think the Haas might be lagged out. You might need to reinvite him, Davis, but yeah. Crispy Hang pitting. He does have front wing damage, that's probably why. And he is repairing, well, yeah, repairing the front wing, of course, but he is sitting on some hard tires, and I see a previous Monaco winner in this race, Jack from Tier 1. A lot of people might remember him if you're GSR last season. People might remember him. He won the Monaco Grand Prix last season. And yeah, Thrasher said, we want more DNFs. Well, you'll have to find out. Reduced damage, it's what it does, but again, we'll have to find out what goes on. So out of the guys yet to pit, you currently have Bianchi, Harold, and Conducted all yet to pit in this race, and the other Haas, I think, as well. But yeah, out of the guys in this race, that's the guys you have yet to pit from this Grand Prix so far.
Yeah, I think the Haas that lagged out, he might have backed out of the server. I know he was not happy in the main chat, so I think he might have left the server.
Maybe. Harold and Alpay, they sat close to one another just for a moment. There's yellow flag. That is the McLaren of Crookie trying to get out of the way of CJ Pants because the lap splits them. Lap apart they are. But Matrix is trying to gain on Dominant Square right now. And this is 5-10 separating them. Dominant Square is yet to pit in this race. He stayed out of trouble, and there's a McLaren spun again, and that is the hairpin. He is having trouble, Crookie is. You're no one this time, but yeah, you see Matrix is trying to get a move on Square, can't get around him, and see, you've got to be careful with how you try to get around someone at this racetrack, because if you try to get someone, a yellow flag again, that's Harold, that's parked at the Rascast, that is. But if you try to get by someone at the wrong place, wrong time, you're costing yourself a lot of stuff. And Alpay does get a 3-second time penalty, and Matrix is going by Square into turn 1. Matrix does get through.
There's a big drop off with the lead. It's a 21.7 second gap, but then again, Alpay has won the pit. Is the undercut gonna help him gain on Conducted when Conducted goes to pit?
We'll have to find out. People thinking going to softs to hards, you know? I mean, it's gonna depend. Does Conducted keep his front wing very clean? So far, it looks like so. He has kept his front wing very clean. Now, is he trying to go softs to mediums? He did kind of cut the chicane a little bit there, but is he going softs to mediums? Is he going softs to hards? He probably will pit this time. Yes, he will.
Mediums.
Bianchi just sitting. Yeah, Bianchi just sitting. Oh, that's interesting. Bianchi just sitting behind Crispy Hang. Excuse me. Bianchi just sitting behind Crispy Hang as well. cutting some corners as well. But that's part of Monaco. You're gonna need to cut some corners if that's the case. So keep yourself out of the wall. Where will Conducted come out compared to Alpe? Alpe enters turn 1 now. Conducted is far ahead, and Alpe, oh, he just misses the apex of turn 1, nearly going into the wall, but kept himself from doing so.
1-2 seconds that gap is. Last time it was 1.5, so, but I think that might have been between Crispy and Conducted, not Alpe and Conducted. Oh, and no, and the McLaren spawned right in the middle of the track. And right there.
Will that need to bring out a VSC? Will it need to bring out a safety car? He's kind of stuck right there. Which resetting the track in that area would probably be the best thing for you to do. But he was stuck near other cars, and now he has got damage on his right side of the wing. Right side again, though. That's more damage than I thought it would be. Crispy Hang sits close to Alpe. Alpe kind of 3 seconds, he's falling off. Crispy hanging into the barrier right there. He just nicks it. He was so close to losing the car even more, and I think he may have slight damage, but again, keep in mind it is reduced damage for Tier 4 Monaco, so of course, probably prevented some of the damage right there with it being reduced. And CJ does get by the Haas as well. Shots trying to gain on Machida. Can't make a pass here, but Machida hits the barrier right there, and the car does ghost, and he does go in the pit lane.
Yeah, I'm checking the ERS, and Crispy Hang only has 13%. He's been using a lot trying to stick with Alpe. Well, that'll be Yankee to catch. He is on 11 lap medium, so Yankee will still have to pit. Evil Matrix. I don't think can Hearts make it the whole way? I think he can make it the whole way.
Hearts, yeah, they should be able to make it the whole way, I think. Mediums, they might be warned at the end, who knows, I'm not sure, but Conducted did time that perfect with when he pitted. Pitted right when it said it. Right when it said to. But you have guys like Stevie Cat who are being held behind people like Dominant Square, who I just think just nicked the wall right there. Might have damage, might not. He does have damage, but it's on the left side right there for him. But yeah, Stevie Cat is held behind him, and yeah, Square does not go to pit. Stevie Cat is held behind him and trying to get by him because Stevie Cat has already pitted. Square has not, and nor has Bianchi as well in front of Matrix. So they're trying to make sure that they can get by the other cars because it's very hard to overtake here, and you don't want to make a bold move and have someone turn in and hit you.
Yeah,
you don't want to risk any damage.
Yeah, Crispy Hank is catching Alpe. Don't know if he's using ERS, but still, Alpe does have the ERS advantage at 81%. So Crispy Hank's trying to cut it down to the gap. Will he be in the DRS this time? Coming back to the line, we'll find out.
Have to see.
Oh, and Fire King and AlphaTauri make contact in turn 1 as Fire King will get by and he will take P14. A lot of guys need a safety car to bring them back in this race as Evil Matrix and Bianchi are battling. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, trading positions, you know, I mean, Bianchi, I think he's just letting these guys go, locks up, gets close to the barrier, but he's on a mediums to hard strategy, which is very interesting. Or maybe mediums to soft. I don't know how long he's willing to take those mediums in this race. That should be interesting. Stevie Cat now on square. They're wheel to wheel into turn 1. They bang! They go in the wall! The car flies into turn 1! That's big crash! And Stevie Cat goes into the barrier, but because of reduced damage, he survives, and that could have been a whole lot worse than it actually was. Trying to get by Square, and Square didn't give him much room, but Stevie Cat, that's the danger of Monaco, trying to get by someone in a place like that on the front straight into turn 1, where that gap closed up, and Stevie Cat got the worst end of it.
Yeah, Stevie Cat's gonna have to go down the pit this time. Really big damage for Stevie Cat. That's gonna cost him a lot this race. He is leading points. That means Conducti has a shot to take that championship lead after this race. Shots is gonna pass Stevie Cat. Is gonna be in the chicane. Might hold him up a little.
Nah.
He's gonna have to
But
wait.
out of the chicane, though, I will
Yeah.
say maybe he'll let him by. I don't know. Now he won't. But that's the dangers of Monaco. That was probably the big crash you're gonna see all night or all evening. And yeah, he gets by him there. That was a close
Up here comes
encounter.
CJ. Gets by him.
Yeah, another close encounter. You don't know what could happen. Patcher VC gets by Dominant Square as well. That's what I mean. That's the dangers of Monaco. You try to pass in a place where the gap might close up. Boom, you're going into a wall and stuff might happen. We yet to see a safety car. We've seen so far a decent, clean race. Surprising for Tier 4 here. I'm a little bit surprised. The Stevie Cat does pit. Gonna be outside the points right now. But yeah, I'm a bit surprised. And there's a yellow flag. That's Conducted! He's crashed on the race lead! That's in the chicane! That's in the new ball chicane. He's crashed on the race lead. He's gonna lose a bit of time, but did he get a little bit of an advantage cutting the chicane from that? No, not so much, but he did. I'm thinking what he did is hit the rear, he hit the barrier with the rear tire of his car, and I think that's what cost him that time. I mean, wow, a costly mistake. Just can't have that stuff happen.
At least he did not get wing damage though. That might have cost him the race if that happened. Yellow flag in the hairpin. Who was that?
I'm sorry. Dark Trader. That's what I'm thinking. Yep, was. Maybe going a little bit slower per the usual. Him and Fire King are wheel to wheel. This is in the tunnel. They bang wheels. Fire King in the wall. That's out of the race. And that might be a safety car right there. That's in the tunnel. It's gonna be hard if they want to try to recover that car virtually, but yellow flag again. There's still signs of a virtual safety car or an actual safety car. We're almost halfway in this race, but yeah, Fire King is out of the race, and yeah. And no safety car yet, at least from the signs of it, and it don't look like it'll be one. And I think Chris Behang is running the back of Alpe, which has costed him because he's picked up damage.
Yeah, that's gonna cost him a little. Here comes Chris Behang to the back of Alpe. Can you make a move? He cannot do it here. Oh, he's gonna go.
Cannot do so. He was really trying around the Rascast corner, and he's really trying to move Alpe out of the way because he's probably getting frustrated of being held behind. But what this is both doing is this is costing them both time to conduct it, and cutting turn one right there was Chris Behang. But this is costing them both time to conduct it because them two battling. You see how much their time they're losing to conducted. If conducted makes another mistake, what this may do is again. They might not close up to the right gap that they can to him, and they might lose time. Who knows what could happen? CJ Pants goes by shots into before turn one actually, and yeah, clean pass by him.
Yeah, Chris Behang tried to make a move on Alpe not too long ago. Did touch the wall a little, and they made contact. He's not gonna be able to make a move, he's gonna have to wait till the DRS straight.
I would not be surprised if Alpe is getting a little bit frustrated with how much he's been hit by Chris Behang. He has to cut the chicane this time, and let me see if that was actually a warning for him. Alpe does
It'll
not get a
one
warning
in
for
the
that.
hairpin. That was it shot. We stay green.
Yeah, that was the Renault then. 10 seconds split the race lead, but again, like I said, race of attrition. That's what you gotta do. Gotta find every, and there's a 5-second penalty for Cookie for crossing the pit line exit dangerously. That's for crossing the white line, but this time it's a yellow line. But yeah, it's, the reason that penalty was awarded, and I'm saying this because of personal experience from this track, is because when you try to re-enter the racetrack like that, and you cross that line at a track like this, it's very dangerous because you could come across into traffic in other cars and it could create a big crash like we saw with Stevie Cat and Square into turn one. So it could create a big crash such as that. And Bianchi does pit for the first time. He did go mediums to hards, and he's going to be battling Machida at a turn one this time. Well, that's the wrong car. He's going to be battling Machida does get ahead though of Bianchi this time.
Here comes Chris Behang all over the back of Alpe. He's gonna think smart of it.
both cut the corner, of course. I mean, that's what
It
you
is
gotta do
regular.
to keep yourself out of the walls of Monaco. And yeah, it is regular, but hey, that's what you gotta do to keep yourself out of the walls of Monaco. And
Good
12
exit.
seconds to put this race lead. Yeah.
Oh, I'll pick
And
his DRS.
again,
Okay.
yeah, that's gonna suit him. This time into turn 1, Alpec kind of cuts the corner, gets himself an advantage right there, and gets himself the pole away from Crispy Hang. Dark Strider also pitted as well. He probably pitted for new front wing. Let's check the pit stops in this race. There's a yellow flag. That's a Ferrari. That's Stevie Cat actually out of the race in the chicane. He's collided maybe with the barrier with his rear tire, and yes, he has. And there's no safety car yet at all from this. No safety car from all this.
Wow, he's in a dangerous spot too. Really dangerous spot. And that's gonna change the championship right here. The driver's standings as conducted hit stall just a little. He's not gonna get wing damage from it. But this is gonna help conduct it out. Can he take the championship lead after this race? He needs 7 points to tie. Take it.
Alpec looks to be struggling. He's got damage on his right side wing though, and he's starting to struggle. He's starting to see the struggles of Monaco, and now he's got Crispy Hang all in his mirror this time. And this isn't a Ras cast this time. He cannot get through him. Crispy Hang can't, and he's just gonna try one more time in this front straight. DRS enabled. Gonna get the shifting. Gonna get that little toe into turn 1. It's not gonna. He's gonna dive down the inside from far back, but gonna go into the barrier. Already got damaged, but that just that move that he tried to make just made it completely worse for him. Yeah, but why I call I saw someone in the chat say I call Machida. Yeah, that's the only other way I put it out there. I don't know the proper way to say that. I've probably seen him race before and said it the proper way, but I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've commentated Tier 4, so my apologies though if I pronounce anything incorrectly, which is usual for me. But yeah, I'm sorry if I do that to whoever that was in the chat. But yeah, 14 seconds separate the race lead right now between Conducted and Alpine. We are already halfway into this race. It's the longest lap distance out of any race, and there's an AlphaTauri. That's Petra VC out.
In the middle of the track.
That's a chicane.
In the middle.
Yeah, how this is not brought out a safety car, yeah, I do not know.
He just have.
And CJ has to come to avoid that. And yeah, I'm looking at these settings right here. The safety car is on. But why the safety car has decided not to come out, I'm not sure. Crispy Hang has decided to pit, and now Machida is trying to get on shots. This is for the 7th position now, and they had overtaken Patrick VC after he DNF'd. You got Neko Davis, I think. Or you did. Crispy Hang comes out. Head of shots, but now Machida into turn 1. It's the McLaren and Renault side by side. They bang wheels just a little bit into the barrier. Goes the Renault though. He's gonna take some damage, and look who goes through. Bianchi. He's gonna go through and make a double overtake from that. Going through, taking advantage at the right time, right opportunity. Bianchi goes ahead. He took advantage of that one, and he said, hey, he's not letting anything get in his way at that point. He took advantage of that and got himself a position right there. Let's see the pit stops in this race. 4 pit stops from Crookie. Square's the only one yet to make a pit stop in this race.
20 lap on mediums.
Bianchi cuts the chicane, misses it though. Shots has got a penalty. And Machida gets ahead.
Just open the door for the Renault if it's shot. Possibly, maybe, he will be in DRS range on this straight. But I don't think it'll be enough for a move. Maybe he has a little locked up.
Now, Shots does have, does have damage on his front wing, so that might be preventing him from overtaking, but Bianchi's, into the barrier. That's again, more damage. Crispy Hang, the other Ferrari, is going to try it on Square. When is he willing to dive down the inside? When is he willing to try to go around Square? Square does have damage, I believe, on that left side, so that is affecting him. And Crispy Hang he's trying around the outside. He collides with Square.
Oh,
they both
they
touch
both-
again. They were staying hooked like you said, and side by side.
Oh!
They collide again. Square's on the barrier. That's damage to his right side.
That could have ended way worse than what it did. That could have been both drivers out, and that could have brought up a safety car for some of these guys that are struggling in the back. As the gap's 21.2 seconds, Conduct is just pulling away for this.
Bianchi hits the wall again. I think he's got more damage, and I think he's got damage to the right side of his wing, having to cut the corner there. Square does pit. He's probably going to pit onto the hard tires. And yeah, he is pitting onto the hard tires, and he's going to repair his front wing, which is not surprising there as well. Machida pitting as well. But now between this race lead, 22 seconds separates that gap. Championship contenders all on the podium. We look at penalties in just a second here, but Shots is repairing his front wing. Square is going to come out. Machida's going to come out. CJ Pants is coming out right near Square. Square, he's side by side with CJ. CJ goes ahead. CJ's ahead of Square. Square currently sits 7th.
There's no battles on the track as of now, as I think I'm correct. Yeah, there's no battles on the track right now. Has pulled away 2 seconds in I think 1 lap. It's now 23, about to be 24 second lead from on 13 lap old mediums. Is he gonna try to make it the whole way, which is gonna be very risky? Or is he gonna pit for the softs later on? He does have a 23 second gap, so that's Crispy Payne fastest lap, 1:12.9.
Penalty for Alpe. I'm looking at the penalties right now. Alpe has a penalty. The rest of the front three, they've kept it clean. Crispy Hang has 3 warnings. Bianchi has a warning. CJ Pants has 3 warnings, 1 for collision probably. And down at Square, 2 warnings for him. Warnings for Machida. Warning for Harold. Warning for Shot, actually 2 of them. And there's a penalty as well for him. Other Haas driver has kept it clean. Dark Strider. He's got warnings as well. Yeah, as you mentioned, Crispy Hang did get that fastest lap. And pitting right there was Bianchi. He now goes a lap down. 7 cars on the same lap. Look at the gaps. It's really been split between one another.
Crispy Payne does take a 3 second, but he's 34 seconds ahead of CJ Payne, so I don't think that would affect them unless a safety car were to happen, which we should have had one by now, but the game didn't even call the VSC, so that's odd.
Yeah, not even a VSC. For Fire King, or I think it was Patch or even CB Cats, I think all 3 of them should have triggered at least a safety car or a VSC, at least at the very minimum. But the game didn't decide that. The game decided it's Monaco. Screw it. Let's let everyone get damaged and suffer.
Still no battles on the track as of now. All I see is blue flags. Actually, you have the Renault and McLaren.
Yeah.
Are they going to try to go at it in turn 1? Maybe. Square will have...
Shot is trying to get by Harold. This isn't the Rascast. That's in the swimming pool section. But now he's going to try to dive down the inside. He's really just moving him out of the way. He actually punts him in the barrier. And Square gets passed as well by Machita. But yeah, that is Harold into the barrier. Got punted. Oh, that's not good. And Matrix got a penalty as well while that was happening.
While that happened, McLaren did make the move on Square in turn 1. Square did almost lose it.
Is he going softs at the end? Is Matrix trying to go softs as well? Crispy Hang goes up in the 2nd spot. What do these guys go? Just a repair to a front wing, maybe?
Mediums.
Yes, it's a repair to a front wing, but Matrix is going mediums. They're both going mediums. And this is a repair for the front wing of Alpe, but he's going to get behind Matrix here. CJ, he's far behind. He's way far behind. He's about to be lapped. But where they're at, where they're at, they will not get past Alpe and Matrix, but they do stay. They didn't get past for Crispy Hang, but they will stay 3rd and 4th right now. They won't get passed by anyone behind them. So with that being said, Matrix does move up to 3rd, while Alpe does go down.
Yeah, the whole track's basically just blue flag, blue flag, blue flag. No battles really now. But we might see a battle for that podium spot between Alpe and Evil Matrix, so that might be a good battle to watch in a couple of laps. 1.9 seconds between those two.
I'll try to pronounce it right. Maseda has got into DRS now of CJ Pants. This is for 5th though, and Bianchi has got near his ex-teammate of Square. He's about to get lapped as well. Bianchi isn't same with Square, but Machida is really trying to get by CJ. He's just close enough, and he's not close enough for an overtake, but definitely close enough to get to there. You see how much he closed into the chicane. Definitely wasn't enough, and now you see the gap between the race lead, probably one of the biggest gaps we've had for the race lead so far this season in Tier 4. 29 seconds the gap is.
Yeah, as can the McLaren make a move on CJ on the DRS straight. Also, Alpe is 8/10 with the gap now. He's cut it down a whole second within one lap. As now on the DRS straight, and Masida, don't know how to pronounce it either. I'm just gonna call him McLaren. Right? I'm just gonna call him McLaren.
Could say Machida, I mean. Could say it, I mean, I don't know. Oh yeah. At 28 out of 39 if you're just joining us for the Monaco Grand Prix. 15 viewers upon us. But Square keeps this position over Bianchi. Bianchi not looking to dive down the inside, but there's yellow flags. That's in the chicane. And that is Harold. Spun around.
Not gonna bring out anything? Nope.
No, it's not. It's F1 2020.
Here comes Alpine on Evil Matrix. Can he make the move on the DRS? Evil Matrix pits. Wing damage? Must be wing damage, has to be.
She just trying to get to CJ as well. There's an yellow flag. That's the Alfa Romeo. That is, no, that's not the Alfa Romeo. That's the Alfa Romeo pitting. But that's Harold, who's gonna have to make another pit stop. And Bianchi is getting slightly closer to dominant Square. This is for 7th. Bianchi just can't get a move on this time. And Matrix, he's gonna come out just ahead of CJ. It looks like maybe not. Yeah, no, he's not actually. He's not gonna come out ahead of CJ. But yeah, that is the hairpin. That was the AlphaTauri. But yeah, Matrix actually comes out behind these guys. I thought he was gonna come out ahead, but Bianchi does get by Square as well.
The McLaren almost hit CJ Pants, as those two got really close. That's a battle for P4, as the not even close for a battle for P3. 20 seconds.
Not as chaotic as I thought it'd be, I'll be honest. I thought this race would be pretty chaotic, if you ask me. But no safety cars at all. Why? Like, this game,
would have been still
definitely should have been one, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
it would have. But definitely should have been one. I don't know why there wasn't.
Gaps are over 20 seconds.
Yeah. You have 8 cars on the lead lap, but now you have Machida trying to go side by side with CJ in the swing pool section. That's not gonna work.
Wow. Yeah, I broke something.
Oh, nice. So now what this is allowed is Matrix to get close to CJ. I think they both have damage now. Matrix hits the barrier again. He's picked up left side damage. And you have as well Machida.
Whoa! No.
Saved VSC.
That's so intentional. He just full throttled in the barrier. That's gonna be a penalty. Wow. That's a penalty. Just didn't even break or anything. Wow.
Guessing intentionally try to get a safety car?
Yep, I guess something. He just full on straight lined it. That's gonna be a penalty.
Well, finally a VSC, but it's not a safety car.
I know, right? Yeah. Of course, when it's intentional, something happens.
Yep. Chris Biang comes to pit as well. He's coming to repair his wing. He might stay ahead of Alpe with the way things stand because it's under the virtual safety car.
I do want to say one thing. It's conducted and make it on these mediums. Sorry. Oh, drive through from Kirby.
CJ down the inside of Machida cannot make that work. Machida had to cut the corner. Yeah, Matrix had said his controller had died right there from that, so that could have been probably the cause of that. if that's the case. I don't think Matrix would be the person to do that on purpose, but
Yeah.
I think
He was
it's
in a good
actually
position
decent, so.
anyways too for points.
Right,
So,
right,
yeah.
yeah. I don't. So now between the race lead, it's 44 seconds between the race lead. You know, the gap is so close in GSR and Formula 1, you know. So close. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But honestly though, it sucks for Matrix because he was in that championship battle and now he's gonna lose some points to that. Conducted Alpay, they're gonna gain a lot of points from this as well. I think they're the only two guys out of the top 5 in the point settings to finish this race. Well, as things stand, I should say. I don't want to curse anything.
Yeah, I want to see if he gets a puncture. 20 laps on mediums, we saw Square do it. I think Square went around 21, 22 laps, so it's going to be an extra 8 laps he's going to go on if I did my math correctly. But the closest gap is 1.1 on the track.
Keep in mind there's high-speed corners at this racetrack, such as turn 2, turn 3, I believe it is, the little chicane before the end of sector 1. There's he's going through now conducted. There's as well the tunnel section. There's fast corners on this racetrack where if you get a puncture, or if your tires start overheating or just being worn out, there's places where you could easily spin out in high-speed corners, and you can tell Crispy Hang is much faster than Alpay on these newer medium tires. He's wanting to get by, but he can't do so. Crookie has had 6 stops in this race now. Very interesting right there.
He's also 3 minutes behind.
Oh, and 3 laps down. Nah, I don't wanna make anyone feel bad, but nah, for him, that's a record for him. I guess he could take it as a joke, you know. Hey, I got a record for 6 pit stops in this race.
Yeah,
Well, speaking of pit lane as well. Is that his 7th trip? No, that's for his drive-through. That's why. But now, DRS is time for Crispy Hang into turn 1. He's much closer this time to Alpay than he was before. He's gonna try around the outside. Alpay's gonna protect their wheel-to-wheel. They make contact again.
Oh, he gets
He goes around the inside though. He's gonna switch back. They're wheel to wheel. There's a yellow flag. That's
in the wall.
That's a McLaren, but Alpay gets ahead, and they had to squeeze one another that time.
Crispy Hank's probably not gonna like that. Then again, Crispy Hank did make the move, but still, I mean, I think it's a racing incident. I don't know. That's a very tough area to go side by side without someone getting into the wall. As he's dragged back up on Alpay, can he try to make a move again on him?
Nouvelle Chicane might be the place. He's close enough this time. He's in the tunnel section. Now to the Nouvelle Chicane. He's much closer. He's going to try. Where's he going to go? He's going to go down the inside. Right here. Cannot do so right there because the gap had closed up. Yeah, it was not close enough, Chris Bing, but you could just tell he's getting the exit out of the corner. He's got the faster car. He's definitely got a lot of chances on Alpay, but will it be enough for the end? Yeah, see Alpay hit the wall right there. Yeah, that's not crucial for him.
Good run.
Now out of the final corner into Sandoval. Is it time for Chris Bang to go down the inside? He's going to try this time by hitting the barrier. Cannot do so. Just not close enough. Now they are in the newer tires. They're going to be catching Conducted. But, of course, there are 41 seconds. Unless Conducted goes out of the race, it will not be enough by the end of this race. And as things stand, there are only 7 cars, well, now I think, as I speak, 6 cars, on the same lap. So, with that being said, we could possibly see only 4 cars on the same lap by the end of this race. And Crispy Hang actually getting into the back of Alpay, getting into his gearbox right there. He's really getting frustrated, but I think both of them are getting frustrated with one another. You know, Alpay, he's been hit so many times, he's had the chance to really squeeze him in the wall if he had to. And Crispy Hang, he's had the chance to get by, but he's probably getting frustrated that he's just Alpay slower. He can't get him out of the way. And that's the tricky part of Monaco. You have to move him out of the way. You have to risk your own race to get him out of the way. That's what you have to do here, and that's the trouble of this race.
Yeah, like you said, 6 cars on the lead lap. We were expecting at least a lot of safety cars. As here we go, can Crispy Hang make a move in turn 1 this time? As he has a run
to the outside, they make contact under the barrier. That's a bit of damage. He has to cut turn 1.
Yeah, I think Alpe did turn in a little. I mean, did turn to the outside just a little bit, trying to
Yeah.
get the corner.
I was gonna say it is very hard to try to overtake and still make a move or put your car into that position while that wall kind of closes up at turn 1 at Saint Devat. That is hard to do. I mean, I've tried it before with people making a move there. It's not the smartest thing as well, and he hits the back of him again. Yeah, both of them, I think, at this point are going to have damage by the end of this race. I know Crispy Hang does. He's definitely close enough to try to get a move. He's been really frustrated. He's been really impatient, but that's what you have to do in Monaco. You have to be frustrated. You have to try to get around the guy, your rival, and yeah, he can't do so. Conducted all the way almost at the hairpin. Well, he's exiting the hairpin, I think, now. Or no, he's into sector 2. As these guys are just about to be at the start-finish line. I mean, look at the gap. It's 37 seconds. Alpe overshoots that time. Crispy Hang had the chance to go down the inside, but couldn't do so. He just was not close enough to make the move. And now into turn 1 this time, he's definitely got the run. He's definitely got the chance. Into the inside he goes. They make contact between the two. They're wheel banging, and that is Crispy Hang ahead that time.
Yeah, Alpe. Oh, I thought Alpe was going to try to block him right there, as he did turn in a little. As they did make contact. Now is Alpe going to be able to get it back? Ooh. I don't think he will.
Damage on both sides to Crispy Hang, but he's been able to stay ahead of Alpe. Just shows how much more pace Crispy Hang has got than Alpe currently as things stand.
Yeah, I'm still wondering, will Conducted get a puncture? 24
I don't know if puncture territory will be a thing. I don't know if for him it'll happen. He's going to go by the end of this race 28, 29 laps on the medium tires. So, yes, he will be close to a puncture, Davis, but I don't think he will be... thank you, KDX. But, I don't... yellow flags, that's the Mercedes. That was not Conducted. That was his teammate CJ who had the yellow flags, but that might have been... blue flags, I have no idea, but no, I don't think a puncture will be possible, but definitely those rear tires may get to 65-70%, depending on how hard he's driving, how careful. I don't know how he's driving right now. I'm not the one driving the car, but I mean, the simplest way to put it is that puncture, yes, it's at risk of happening. But my question is, how is he managing those tires currently as things stand? Because he may not be close to a puncture, but he may be close to those tires being really worn out. I don't know about puncture territory, we'll have to find out. But right now, as things stand, he can definitely pit and come out with the race lead.
Yeah, Alpe was catching Crispy Hang. I don't know if Crispy Hang did have the wall, but yeah, as it's 8 tenths now, as Alpe kind of got sideways out of the turn. As Conducted, like we said, the gap earlier was 43 seconds, now it's 34.
There's a slow wing.
Who's Crispy Hanks?
That's Alpe's on both sides. They both got the equal amount of damage now. Alpe's been costing himself. He might go to pit this time. Yeah, no, he won't. Lap 37 out of 39 as things stand. Conductor's just on cruise control. He's really on cruise control. He's got everything he can right now. He's got a 33-second gap, 26 lap mediums. I mean, he's got the race of his life right now. He's gonna try to win it.
If there's no mistakes, then he'll be fine. Don't want to curse him though. Closest gap on the track's 1.2. The second closest gap is 5 seconds. Oh my god.
And yeah, Crookie goes to pit. I think that's the 7th time. Can he make it 10 times? No, he won't. I'd like to see him make it 8 times. I'm really in it for the memes, but no, I mean that's a record. I don't know if you want it, Monaco, but he's what 4 laps down. Yeah. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. There's no point in that. But hey, I mean, it's all jokes aside. I mean, it's funny, but it's something to joke about, I guess. 32 seconds now that gap is for the race lead. A second splitting, well, 2 seconds now splitting Alpe and Crispy Hang. And yeah, no really battles on the track right now. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say that I don't think Alpe's gonna have one final run to try to get Crispy Hang because of his wing after he damaged it. I think that kind of cost him a shot at second. Now, the McLaren, I'm not gonna say his name, don't know how to pronounce it, not Tricky, talking about P4 McLaren. Can he close in on Alpe and maybe take that podium away from him?
Keep in mind, positions gained. Bianchi started at the very back, 16th place. He is up to 6th. Square started 7th. He started last. He's up to 8th. Decent result for him this would be if he just keeps it out of the walls. Maybe he can be lucky with someone DNFing or having issues in front of him and take advantage of that. We'll have to find out. But the problem is he's a lap down. And he might not be able to take advantage of that if it's on the last lap, and we are on the last lap actually right now. But the thing is, if it's on the last lap for that person, he might not be able to take advantage of that. And keep in mind, there are people with a ton of wing damage, like Alpe, like Crispy Hang, who could easily get into trouble at some point.
Yeah, 29 seconds it has been brought down to.
Yeah, it's definitely not close enough. But yeah, you see blue flags over somewhere, don't know where that is. Conducted though, I mean, he's literally dominated this race. Literally done what he could to win this race.
Did he lead every lap? I'm pretty sure I think he led every lap. If he led every lap, that's
yeah,
incredible.
I think he has. Yeah, that is.
Wow.
And he's going to be sitting out here at the end of this race leading the championship. Conducted will. He's got 29 laps by the end of this race. It will be on those mediums. Well, conducted to the final corners.
Oh, my bad.
Conducted to the final corners. It's going to be victory Monaco. He's going to be taking the championship lead with this one. Conducted takes the checkered flag at Monaco. He's a winner of the Monaco Grand Prix. But for second, Alpe, Crispy Hang, they stay close to one another. You had Dominant Square, who's going to finish 8th. And outside the points, there's Harold and Crookie. Crookie finishing this race with 7 pit stops. That'll be for the memes later on. But you have, for second place, Crispy Hang, Alpe, and Machida. Machida did really close that gap down in the last few laps, but I don't think it will be enough in the end. Crispy Hang, it will be second for him on track. Will it be enough, though, to keep it off penalties? Yes, it will. Machida, not enough for podium. Alpe and him getting the podium. You also have a little battle for 5th. Well, not really battle, but a battle to survive still in this race, you could say, with CJ. Trying for his best result of the season, I want to say. Currently sits 5th, and he's going to finish that way. What do you say? You invite the podium?
Oh, yep. I'll get Crispy. And I'll get...
Alright, I'll get Alpe.
Oh, well, you got him. Okay.
You get him. You get him. Yankee completes the checkered flag in 6th. I got him. Yep. And yeah, that's everyone complete.
The way to load back to invite Alpe.
There's Crispy Hang. Yankee gets driver of the day off the game. Hello.
Alpe really scared me those final few laps.
A great race with a lot of safety cars, right?
I'm surprised there was only a virtual safety car.
Yeah, there was the virtual for Matrix batteries dying, but there was no safety car for the guys stuck at the Nouvelle chicane and stuck in the tunnel. I don't get that. Like, what? You know? That's sitting in the middle of the track. Matrix was off track, and that's a VSC, but the rest were nothing. I don't get it, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was a Haas at the end of the tunnel section with both of his front tyres gone, and that was nothing as well, so...
Yeah. That made no sense to me. I don't know why. It just made no sense. Yeah, it just shows how broken this game is with the safety cars and virtual safety cars. It's just so silly. Hello.
Everyone is here.
Anyways, yeah, everyone is here. We'll get started with post-race interviews. I may as well talk to you first, Conducted. Well, probably the most boring race you've ever done, that you've ever won. You've led every lap, did what you could, Conducted. Make sure you include your audio. You've won the Monaco Grand Prix. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels great. It was it was quite boring after, about the, 10th lap. Didn't really see anyone for the whole race, but I don't really mind too much. I would rather win, so I'm happy with it.
Take the championship lead from it. How do you feel about that?
Uh, yeah, I'm happy with that. It's really good. I don't know how many points I'm leading by. I think it's like 10 or something, but for the next race, I'm not so sure about that. But yeah, it's good.
Congratulations on the win, Davis. Do you have any questions?
Oh, yeah. Conducted after 3 DNFs, I think it was all in the middle of the racetrack. Were you happy? Were you happy the safety car did not come out?
Oh yeah. There was a point actually. It was so ridiculous turning the safety car off because there was going to be too many. It just didn't make any sense. Like I come out the tunnel, see a Haas and no tyres in his car, and there's no safety car. I don't really understand, but yeah, I'm definitely happy with that.
Yep, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Davis, how about you interview Crispy Hang for his second place finish?
Crispy Hang, you had a good battle with Alpay, and after I think it was you that kept getting into the wall with your wing. You kept hitting the wing. Did you think it was over or what?
I knew I had good pace going into this race because I had experience on the track. Obviously, you don't want wing damage, but for some reason, even like a yellow wing, I was still going faster than most of the field, so I wasn't really scared for most of the race until I had to do my second stop, which was a wing change. Then I got concerned position.
How bad was it?
It was red on both wings,
Oh, wow.
so.
Oh, wow. Congrats on P2. PNB, do you have any questions?
I don't want to start anything, but I'm just gonna ask. You guys stuck behind Alpay for a little while. Were you getting frustrated because you knew you probably had the faster car than him, and you knew you probably had a chance to get by him. Were you getting a little bit frustrated that you were getting stuck behind him?
Definitely, because for the end part of the race, for the last 2 laps, I was lapping faster than conducted, like almost a second per lap. So getting stuck behind Alpe was really annoying for me, and probably the worst part of the race.
Yeah. Congrats on P2. Alpay. At the end, it was throwing damage for you, but you're defending with Crispy Hang. You were doing everything you could to hold on to that position. How was the battle, and how would you describe it?
Dirty. Very dirty.
Why is that? Why is that?
Well,
Oh,
when he
no.
overtook me, it was an illegal overtake, so yeah. Well, he cut half the corner, so
Yeah. How would you describe your race though, in your battles that you had during the race? How would you describe this Monaco Grand Prix? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? How did you
no,
find this race?
it was shit.
Why no?
Because in qualifying I bottled a 10.2 in thingy because I got blocked, and yep. Oh,
And
Got a
how do
podium.
you not get blocked? And how do you win the next race moving forward?
hopefully.
That's all I really have for you. Congrats on the third place finish. Davis, any questions?
Nope, you asked them all for him. Congrats on P3, even though you're not happy with it.
I mean, may as well enjoy it while I can, because you don't know, the next race could be complete hell for you. Let me see. What's the next track? I have no damn clue
Spa.
myself. Let me check. Yeah, don't die at a Rouge. Simple as that. Just be careful.
Nah.
But
Depends if Crispy goes for another illegal overtake.
we'll have to find out, of course. But Davis, were you surprised there was no safety cars that raced at all? How did you look at the race?
Yes. I like how that one is intentional. There's a VSC. But then you have Patrick VC, like wrecking himself right in the middle of the chicane, no safety car. Fire King in the tunnel, no safety car. Not even a VSC for both
10
of
out of
those,
10
by the
game.
way.
10 out of 10
Yeah,
game.
I forgot who
you
the
know?
is. Yeah, this is
Stevie
best
Cat
best
was in
F1 game.
the chicane as well. Yeah, I know. Stevie Cat was in the chicane as well, and it's like, yeah, no safety car, no virtual. We're just messing with you. You know, no. It's just, no, I thought the virtual safety car and safety car is broken. And I'll be critical. I'll be giving criticism. You know, as much as everyone wants to see a demolition derby or a shitty race at Monaco, no, I don't want to see a shitty race at Monaco. I don't even want to commentate a race at Monaco, if I'm being honest. Because last season, I was half asleep when I was commentating Monaco Tier 1. It was that boring. I hate Monaco. I hate Monaco. Commentating it with a passion. I hate racing it with a passion. I don't know why we race here, but hey, it's not my decision, so simple as that. But, you know, I mean, hey, the positive I guess we could take out of it is that there was not as many DNFs as we expected. Not as many crashes as we expected. It's sad for some people, but hey, that's the more positive about it, and that's what's gonna make the owners and founders sitting here like, hey, we should continue to race here. You know, so yeah, but
Oh no.
no, I mean, what'd you say? Oh
The
no.
fact that Monaco is still going to be in the calendar.
It might. I don't know. Depends on how the other
I mean,
tiers
I
go.
don't know. Hey, I don't know, but I mean, hey, I'm gonna give my personal opinion. Like I said, I personally don't like racing at Monaco. I literally asked for it to be taken off the Tier 2 calendar last season, and it was. But hey, I mean, I asked for a reason, and it was. But hey, I'm just saying because I think Monaco, you know, we want treks that are gonna be interesting. We want treks that are gonna provide overtaking. We want races that people want to watch and be able to get themselves into this league for and say, hey, I like the racing in this league. I want to watch it more. I want to race in it. But when you look at a track like Monaco and you don't see that at all, well, you know it's Monaco in the first place. But when you see that and it's just like, oh, well, do I really want to join? This is boring. This is Crash Fest. You know what I mean? So that's why I say that. Should we race at Monaco? Maybe not. But people have different opinions. People like destruction. Sometimes people don't. So. Hey, you do you, I guess. Whatever floats your boat. I don't know. I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think we should continue to race at Monaco? Just
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I'll get
Yes.
P1 next time. If I don't get
As
blocked.
boring as it might be, yes, I think we should.
I think next time we race at Monaco, we ought to take half the track going forward, half the track going backwards, and we ought to sit at the tunnel section and have half the field go flying in there, half the field sitting there, and we'll provide an interesting race for that. No damage, by the way. No damage. I think we'll provide an interesting race for that. I'd love to see that. How
No
about you
damage
guys?
would be perfect for Crispy.
Oh shit.
Can I say something?
Only to provide the entertainment. What?
Crispy hanging on Malpay, thank you for giving us a battle. Since everybody else decides to be 20 seconds apart from each other, cough cough conducted.
Well, regardless. Hey, the other tier races are Monaco this weekend. Tier 3, Tier 1, Tier 2. Tier 3, Tier 1 tomorrow.
GG
Tier
guys.
2 Sunday. Yeah, GG. Anyways, we'll see you then tomorrow for Tier 3, Tier 1, and we'll see you Sunday as well for Tier 2. We'll see you then. Thank you for watching.